Hello and welcome back to Diablo 3 and the Reaper of Souls beta. My name's Lumin and right now, Juniper here has reached level 10. I started recording a couple of minutes ago. I played for about 5 minutes, then the game crashed, I got disconnected, all of that happened at the same time, and I decided I could just as well restart the recording, because why not? Upon reaching level 10, however, I did receive access to passives. And, as you can see over here, he has a new skill. Loyalty, intimidate, loyalty.
That will serve me well.
It'll serve me well, too. That's actually the reason I took it. He's going for all the pansy type skills that he probably doesn't want to use. He's just saying that as a courtesy. He doesn't really want the healing and the regen and the buff. No, he wants the charge and the taunt and the damage, but he's not getting it. I'm wearing the pants in this relationship. So, passives. I've not even looked at these yet. They're all new to me. When an enemy dies within 15 yards, you gain 10% attack speed for 3 seconds. That's good. You can wield a two-handed weapon in your main hand while bearing a shield in your offhand. What? How does that even make sense? How strong are these Crusaders? Okay. So is there another one that allows you to wield two-handers? I don't want to go through all of these right now, but I'm guessing that that's a thing. Wow, some of these look really good. Thorns. 2,777? Isn't that a whole lot? I could dig that. I'd love to try a Thorns build. Jeez Louise. With something like Renewal? That could be fun. Huh. Oh, there you go. And Towering Shield. But for now, until I at least find an amazingly good two-hander, we're going to use Fervor. That seems fun. I've also switched over to Slash, Sweep Attack, Provoke, and Shield Glare. I think on level 11 we're getting a whole bunch of new stuff. Look how cool Slash looks with Electrify. That's nice. Seems decent. So we're going to give it a whirl. Also, I'm currently wielding Bloody Bite. I love it. I bought it for like 2,000 gold over here at the vendor. Let's see if he's got anything else good. And I gave my leftovers to Cormac.
Good bunch of things for you this fine day.
Historic pike. What makes this pike so historic? These are good. These are pretty good. Not going to waste money on blue items. I could, however, go and look at the rings, but it makes the game a little bit boring if you deck your character out too much too early. So I'm rather not going to do that. Rather not. Cormac has some decent gear, I've got some decent gear, and we're both happy. So we got these rings. And if I had to wear both of those, I'd probably deal way too much damage already. So let's not do it. Let's instead just head back down here to search for the royal crypts. And I'm hoping that we find them kind of soon. I mean, I like lingering around and taking my time, but at the same time, we have done this many times before, and it remains interesting for only so long. Although leveling the Crusader is going to be entertaining all the way through. And to me personally, this may not be the same for you guys, but personally to me, Act 1 gets a whole lot more interesting after you take down LEORIC, the Skeleton King. And I think you all know why.
When the Crusaders had learned all they could, Akan sent them out into the world, seeking a way to cleanse the corruption that coiled at the heart of the Zakarum faith. There was no clear goal for them to pursue, and some clerics claimed it was a fool's errand, that they could never succeed. But these Crusaders would not be deterred.
No.
It was Lazarus. Of that I am certain.
They do indeed seem
He
like a
alone
hardy
had the
bunch.
king's ear and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
You know what's funny? And this is something I didn't even begin to consider when I was playing through Diablo 3 the first time around, but a lot of this stuff makes so much more sense now that the expansion has been announced and revealed and shown off. When they're talking about Westmarch and all that, I mean, it was there before. Obviously, Westmarch was a thing. It was a location on the map, but it wasn't something we thought about, and it wasn't something that we even considered. I mean, we heard Lachdannen talk about it, and we kind of knew what he was saying, but now it just means that much more, and it makes you wonder how long they've been thinking about doing Reaper of Souls in the way that they're doing it. My go-to response would be that this is a new, fresh idea that they just cooked up after Diablo 3 didn't do as well as they initially wanted it to do. You know, after people said this game's not hardcore enough, the game's not grim enough, the game's not dark enough, after all of that, I feel like they came out and decided that they wanted to make Reaper of Souls the expansion that focuses on the Angel of Death. That's what I think. So they went the hardest of core routes, and honestly, I think it was the best bet. But I do think it was decided after the fact. It wasn't something that they cooked up like while they were still busy setting up Diablo 3. Maybe they had ideas while they were doing that, but I don't think that the expansion itself was a thing back then. Because a lot of times, more often than most of us know, game companies, when they're working on the first game, they're already working on the second and third
From our horrific
iterations
defeat in
of it.
Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
Oh, that's so sad. But at the same time, geez Louise, that dude, he deserved it. But as I was saying, more often than not, the future iterations of the games have already been thought up by the time the first one comes out.
But I've lost track.
Yes, dude. Me too. I actually didn't even try count. And I gotta say, I'm liking Electrify. It's fun. I'm also really gonna enjoy getting to level 11 because I think we're getting a lot of extra stuff. There might not be new skills. Oh, that is very nice. I'll take it. Did the color change? Oh, look at that. I got a red mini hawk. I like it. Huh. Don't need to even dye that thing. It just looks good, straight up. No work needs to be done. Huh. Okay. And I like this mega flail attack. Sweep attack is just also straight up fun. Come. If I had to be caught in between all those guys exploding, I would probably take some damage. I was saying before that with the build that I had set up, it was just impossible to die. And with this one, I get to be a little bit more reckless. Focus a little less on defense. Although I got some defensive abilities here, I get to focus less on it and thereby make it more interesting. Maybe use a potion every now and then. Maybe. Possibly, potentially. I don't even know. I mean, is my gear just very good? Is the monster power not set high enough? I don't know. Because I'm not struggling at all. I would, however, not be surprised if they buffed the Crusader class a little more than the others. Just for the sake of the beta, for the sake of the testing of it and all that. Because they did mention that they did things like they increased the legendary drop rate.
I will forever live in anguish for my last attempt to honor my king. As we lay him to rest in his burial chamber, he manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Here you go, buddy.
A good choice.
I think so. That's why I gave it to you. Well, I'm running in a circle here. But I was told that they buffed or at least I read that they buffed the legendary drop rate so that people could, you know, do this. They could find them. Although I think Storm Shield was there before, but they can find them and... No, but that's level 70. Huh? I swear there was a Storm Shield in level 60, but they can find them, test them, share them around, link them to their friends, and I suppose just get extra input on a lot of it. It makes total and complete sense. Although people might get the wrong idea. Spending time in the beta now, picking up a whole bunch of goodies, and then expecting the same when they jump into the original, real game after it's launched. Ooh, I got a whole bunch of stuff now. Also, I've got the Fleeting Shrine, so I'm going to make the best of it. And pace, hoof it, all the way to the exit. Oof, look at the attack speed. This is redonkulous. Completely ridiculous. The attack speed. Oh, I like it. I want a rune on sweep attack that increases the range and radius of it. Oh! Enemies hit by the attack will catch on fire. Huh. So we can set up a proper fiery theme now. Smite. Huh. Generate 5 wrath, 5 wrath, 5 wrath. Smite enemies 15 yards away with holy chains that deal 125% weapon damage as holy. The chains break off and strike at 3 enemies within 20 yards, each dealing 85%. Okay, so it's a bit of an AoE. We're definitely going to give that a try. And are those the only 2? And then with these, we should probably just stick with the ones that we got. Any new abilities? On 12 we're getting Blessed Hammer. That sounds pretty good. Steed Charge on 13. Laws of Valor on 14, man. Exciting times. Super exciting times. Hey, buddies. What? No, man. This seems like it has such a tiny little range. This attack. Oh, I get it. Okay, so it does bounce. What? Is it ranged? It is! Huh, 15 yards away. I mean, I should have known when I read that. I sort of blacked out. I apologize. I apologize for my foolishness. LEORIC sword. Watching this every time brings a tear to my eye.
May death bring peace from your madness, LEORIC.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
Shame he just stood there. At least he took it like a man. I can appreciate that. So it's ranged. I'm very interested in that. I'm interested in the fact that you can, potentially set up a nice medium range Crusader build. I know in my overview I mentioned that the Crusader class is close to medium range. It's not just straight up melee or melee.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery. Hardly fit for the king of Condorus. I cannot fathom why
You dare to
What? He just cut himself off. LEORICception. Why would he do that? Oh, dude. I love this part. And you know, I can stand here in the middle and attack all the pillars. Just like a little bit. Damage them all. Gather a couple of mobs up. And then see. Are more of them gonna come? Well, let's just kill a few of them. Like that. Why are so few of these skeletons spawning? Did they nerf this? It feels like this encounter was modified somehow. Huh? Where are all the skeletons? And apparently this dude got bored after playing Reaper Souls for 3 days. Man. That sounds impossible. Also, why am I not seeing the enemies being set on fire? Is it just because they're all dying immediately? That's probably it. That is probably what's happening. Well, Valifor brings up an excellent point.
No, I feel fear before the battle and after.
Few could admit that so simply.
Huh. That's so interesting. Wow, Juniper. But as I was saying, if it's 3 days straight, then I suppose you could get bored for a little while. Maybe you could have a bit of a nap, and then jump back in.
Malaise has fallen over the manor we now call home. Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying himself in our new home, however. Perhaps I am simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of climate.
Now what are we going to use to do battle with old LEORIC? I don't think Smite is good. Punish could be okay. Let's go with Slash, Electrify, Sweep Attack, and those two. I guess that'll be okay. That should do. There's no waypoint down here, is there? I mean, I found it at the entrance. There it is. Good. I just know that sometimes it spawns over here. Let us proceed. Finally, we're at the good part.
You will never defeat me!
I never really paid attention to how nice those stairs looked before we ruined them.
The moment you surrendered to madness.
Dude. Would have been much cooler approaching via that path instead of going around this way. Facing off against the ambush we know is coming. Come, Cormac. Our destiny awaits. Well, along with a glorious battle. Place the crown.
Son.
As I said, this is where things get exciting. Because I've done everything up until this point way too many times to count. Come, skeleton. I honestly don't even think I need to do anything but just hold my mouse button in on him. Could I stun him? Did I stun him there? That's cool. We'll try it again. It does stun. Wow. You are not prepared, buddy. Stuns flying off left, right, and center. Truly awe-inspiring. I didn't even think he was stunnable.
The Zakarum high priests in Kurast proclaimed LEORIC King of Condurus many years ago. He ruled well until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight Lac Danan was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo himself raised Leoric from the dead as the Skeleton King, until the monarch's son, Aiden, vanquished him.
It's a sad story. It actually is. Makes me want to read all the Diablo books, too. Let's go.
The crater, at last.
Can't wait to hear what the Crusader class is going to have to say about all of this. It's going to be interesting.
The falling star was a man. Interesting.
Yes! Yes.
I remember falling.
Through several floors at least.
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I don't remember.
Be calm and come with me.
Oh, Juniper. You are beautiful. And so level-headed, too. Back to New Tristram. Look at me just fleshing out all the waypoints on the map. I like it. I said come with me and he's already gone. Okay. Now, gonna do some disenchanting quickly. Apparently there aren't that many repairs. Salvage, 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 salvage. At least we can salvage everything we pick up now. That's good. That's a relief. A two-handed battle flail. Wow. That sounds pretty good. 4 random magical properties. I like the sound of that. I think we're gonna make it. Let's see what we get. Apparently we can make 2 of them. Huh. I mean, the stats are pretty good. What? Look at the size of that thing. And I can use that along with the shield. That's absurd. How does she hold that thing in one hand? Oh my goodness. I will not question it.
I've got some brand new goods you might be interested in.
Okay. Oh, look at that shield. I'm interested in the shield. Just because it looks cool. I'm getting it. Straight the heck up. Again, just because it looks as cool as it does. Look at my character now. So flashy. I like it. That is, however, sadly going to be it for this episode. You can check back here soon for more. Give it a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. Most importantly, though, happy taking down the Skeleton King as a Crusader. And, hold on just a smidget. Happy decking the Templar out. Was a good thought indeed. Happy that.